Hi Pisces, welcome to the third reading for the channel. It's Leo season. It is a Libra moon transitioning into a Scorpio moon. So that water moon energy is coming in for Pisces water energy. The ethereal deep waters, Pisces, the ocean, the feet, the water lily, hydrangeas, the mutable water. Get the culture house for Pisces, please. Pisces, in your current energy, you have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So realizing that you are not out alone in the cold. I feel like this might have come up in your reading last week, I don't remember, but realizing that you are not out alone in the cold, and that warmth of the religious or spiritual institution is getting to you, and you are realizing that you're not alone on some sort of journey. A challenge right now of your present energy is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe like greediness, or really kind of like holding on to your money, being unwilling to, whatever money that you have, having a hard time letting that go. So really wanting to just like hold on like in a tight way, not necessarily just like a responsibly frugal way to your resources, maybe because you are afraid of losing those resources. So a lot of Pentacle energy here. So maybe really thinking about the ways that you accumulate your money, build your resources, build your career. So you're not alone, but you're sort of feeling like I have to keep what resources that I have for myself, because they could go away. So I have to like hold on tight to this. In the recent past, the King of Swords energy. So with the Libra moon transitioning into the Scorpio moon, this is about, in the recent past, like finding clarity, new ways of expressing your truth that is mature and honest, expressing new ideas, being able to take other people's ideas and do that in a way that is mature and high vibe. So working towards inner clarity, towards truth, towards expressing your ideas in a responsible way. And maybe that journey has made you realize that you are not as alone as you thought that you were. Maybe as you gain your own clarity, better communication skills, you're realizing that you're not isolated as much as you thought. And in the near future, this card is coming up in the reverse for a lot of readings, but in the near future, in different placements, in the near future, you have the Six of Wands in the reverse. So maybe the recognition of a fall from grace, or a sense of excessive egotism, with that fire energy, with Leo season coming through here. And sorry, a lot of noises outside. In your conscious energy right now is the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So cup energy, water, Pisces, feeling like some sort of wish of yours has not been fulfilled, and that is sort of what like maybe you're expressing to other people, or you're noticing about yourself, but there's like a wish of your life that you had wished would have been fulfilled, and you're not sort of experiencing that, and that's sort of the most prominent energy that maybe you're feeling and exploring right now. And in the subconscious energy, more wand energy in the reverse, the Nine of Wands, feeling like overwhelmed by this sense of perseverance maybe that you have felt continually, that you have been feeling like overwhelmed by the hurdles, by the obstacles, by this need to kind of constantly persevere. So that's two nines in the above and the below. So I always love as above, so below. With water of the moon energy coming in as your water energy of Pisces, and then this as we get to the end of the season, I feel like we start to get more of like the low vibe of what the season can be. So we get to the end of Leo season, we see all these, fires scorching the lands, and so, seeing this, card in the reverse, sort of like the balance of water and earth. They need each other, and when they don't have each other in a solid balance with the Libra moon right now, there can be, feelings of loss or lack. So in subconscious energy, both nines above and below in the reverse, feeling like overwhelmed by just like this work on your passions, or this passionate energy that you've been feeling like now like sort of overwhelmed and burdened by that a little bit. Your advice right now is to kind of maybe get like a little bit lost in to be a little nostalgic, to maybe get a little bit lost in the past, to rework something. Chiron went into retrograde. The wounded healer who could not heal themselves went into retrograde, which means that we are learning in this next several months. It just went in mid-July 2021 through like mid-December. We are going through some major, healing, transformational experiences that wouldn't be possible without a planet going into like a subjective sort of retrograde. And so your advice right now is to go back to the past, reflect, look at it, and maybe get lost there for a second and consider like what in there caused me pain. What in there led me to where I am now in a way that I can then release it. So the advice is to be nostalgic in a way that might bring some pain, because you might end up getting like a little bit trapped there for a bit. The energy surrounding you is the Nine of Swords, which makes sense. You start getting clarity about something, and that sort of led to this feeling like you weren't necessarily getting where you'd hope to get in terms of in creative opportunities or relationships. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're realizing you're not alone, which is a beautiful thing, but not in a way that is making you feel comfortable to like give and receive freely, because you feel like you need to save and protect for yourself. So the energy surrounding you is like disappointment, the Nine of Swords, so another 9 card here. So it would be like coming to the end of a cycle of a journey, a lot of nines leading to tens, and you have that in the cups, you have that in the you have it in the cups, you have it in the wands, so water, fire, and then here's swords with the, Libra moon can be, but just like air energy, just like energy surrounding you, just like feeling like really disappointed about something. A fear or a hope or a realization right now is that maybe you need to like rework some kind of an idea. It could be a fear that there's an idea that you had about something in your life that wasn't as clear as you maybe thought it was in like accuracy or like for your needs, and you need to like rethink it, like feel like a fear of like muddled thinking, which it can happen for the Pisces archetype, because Pisces is so close to the spirit world that Pisces can get kind of lost there. That's why the amethyst, I say this in many Pisces reading, the amethyst is associated with Pisces. It's supposed to protect against spiritual drunkenness. So yes, it's important to get in touch with our spiritual side, with the spiritual world, but it's also important to not get drunk in that water energy of the spirit world and forget that spirituality happens in the real world, in the practical day-to-day of what we do here on earth. Like it mirrors each other like almost exactly. So if what's going on in your immediate surroundings is also what's going on kind of in the spiritual realm of your life, and so kind of feeling like muddled, clear thinking around what you're doing, and like a fear that is what's kind of going on for you, especially if you're recently coming out of this period where you are gaining new clarity and ideas of truth, and then maybe now realizing that like gaining that clarity has now made you realize other things that maybe don't necessarily feel so like clear or objectively like good or bright or optimistic or adaptive right now. And the outcome energy is moving forward with passionate fire, Leo energy, with the Knight of Wands. So running towards your inspiration, and I'm that's the read that I'm definitely getting a lot, especially today. But really with Leo season in general, is like following your passion. Like, what is the thing that brings you passion? Obviously, and that is maybe what you can explore to get through this healing period. Like, the fire can like burn down and scorch the land, but without fire there's no spark, there's no flame, there's no smoke, there's no burning things down to rise from the ashes as the phoenix and become something new. There's warmth, there's inspiration and passion in the fire, and so the outcome of this energy, this healing that you're doing, which looks like it's probably a little painful, making you go back to the past to try to heal something there so that you can finally move forward from it and let it go. The outcome is to move forward with inspired action and passion. So to follow your fire, what lights the spark for you, and the outcome of this is that you will be following that essentially. Maybe there's a little bit of a painful process that needs to happen in the meantime to allow that to happen, or like that's how you're going to deal with the pain of this, is to just continue to move forward with passionate, inspired action until you get to the next thing. Maybe getting out of the head into the heart a little bit for Leo season there. And love came out again. First, rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. So maybe, if you've been thinking a lot about like sex or your sexual desire, like that's just not necessarily, Pisces can be, very sensual and sexual. Maybe that's just like not the goal of what's going on with this current energy. Maybe it's just like some time for healing and not so much time. Sex can heal sometimes, but it can also be used to as a different form of drunkenness. So again, protecting against spiritual drunkenness with that amethyst, maybe too much concern with sexual matters right now. There's like a personal healing that you need to do, and that doesn't mean you have to do it alone, but maybe sex isn't necessarily fully the answer for you in this moment. Pin, a new job or a career. So maybe this is, what you can bring that inspired passion towards. Maybe it can help you resolve some of this pain by like having a new experience, especially one that is like very practically grounded and in like more of an earth type of energy, with like pentacle energy. Birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. So maybe like maybe you're having a new idea, like you're having a new idea and you just want to bring clarity to that with your inspired action so that you can get to that next phase. So maybe something new with a job or a career. A journey, either physical or mental, so you're obviously going through a healing process. And love, which is Pisces is absolutely to do with love. I think every sign can have its high vibe and its low vibe, but Pisces is really about this. It's the ocean. We come from the ocean, we go back to the ocean. Without the ocean, we'd have like no life that we have on Earth. And love, that courage and that heart of Leo season, just to remember like love energy. Even if you're not necessarily feeling like that love, it is surrounding you, and it is you, and it is within you, and so that is surrounding you as well. Even if there's like a little pain and disappointment here, you also are surrounded with love and new opportunity. Space came out again. That just came out for Aquarius as well. So balance with the Libra moon, illumination, Leo sun energy, current season, space, and strength. Also Leo illumination and strength, very much so. And then taking balance and space. To balance. So balance. This card refers to the need to look at areas in your life that may need a little balancing. For example, sometimes outside sources can demand our full attention and allow little time for ourselves. How can you allow for more balance in your life, and what do you need to do to achieve it? So maybe work into like balance something that has been feeling unbalanced for you. Space. You may feel alone and like you can get lost here, but it is important to remember that you can fill this space. What is it that you are looking to fill your life with? Is it certain types of people, a new project? How can you take action toward your goal? The void is only a temporary space and it's ready to be filled. So without emptiness, you cannot find grace. So, working towards this new enterprise, or maybe like the true birth, of a child somewhere in your vicinity for you, and moving towards like a new career, like finding a way to fill that space in a way that is productive for you. So maybe like things that happened in your childhood created this space that like feels painful, but you can fill it with love and passionate action towards what you find passion in. And you may feel alone, but like you're starting to come out of that and realize like you're really not alone on a cosmic sense and a relational sense within yourself. You're really not alone. Strength. The strength card in tarot is the Leo card, sort of like taming the beast. This card refers to mental and emotional strength, not just physical strength. It's about finding the inner strength to face your fears, overcome obstacles, and move through difficult times. This card is a call to dig deep into yourself and tap into the parts that are strong and courageous, even when you might not feel that way. You'll discover that you hold the strength to overcome whatever you are going through right now. So you have the strength to get through this, and you're going through a healing. Illumination. Drawing this card is like turning on a light in a pitch black room. Turning on a light in a pitch black room. When the room is dark, it can feel unfamiliar, scary, and mysterious, like the ocean, Pisces. However, once the lights are on, you can see and feel the truth of your situation and approach what you've illuminated with a deeper knowing and ease. So it's like you've recently been maybe gaining clarity, realizing a new truth. You're fearful to have muddled thinking. You want to kind of know what your truth is. And so you can illuminate that with this outcome of fire, the Knight of Wands, of moving towards your inspiration and your passion. Moon card, please, for Pisces. Moon card. This one popped out, so I'm going to say, don't let pride get in your way. I didn't shuffle that one out, so I might draw another, but this is like Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. So you're feeling like there's a wish that hasn't been granted, and you're maybe going to have a little bit of a fall from grace, need to go back to the past and like revisit something that happened to heal. Like the low vibe, I feel as we get like further towards the end of the season, we realize, some of the lower vibes of the sign archetype. Don't let pride get in your way, whatever is happening here. Like follow your passion, not your pride. Follow your passion, but not your pride. Another for Pisces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So you always need sort of like a plan. You can follow your heart, your inspiration, your love, but you also need a plan. Otherwise, it's really hard to like stay on track, especially on days when it's like feeling hard to stay on track. So you might fear this muddled thinking because you also understand that it's important to have a plan. And so maybe this new job, career, new idea for an enterprise is taking you on a journey that will require a plan, and just like a reminder to not like let your pride get in the way by not planning also. Because everyone needs plans. I'm not much of a planner. I like to kind of just, fly by the seat of my pants on stuff. And that's worked for me pretty well, but it's because I had like a solid foundation in certain areas. And so that made other things easy. But when I don't plan, it's really like, it doesn't help me. It's important to have a plan, not get too bogged down by the plan and like lose like the mystery and, the mystique. But you do need a plan even when you are going on a spiritual journey. And that's just practical. And don't let pride get in your way. If it's something that's happened in the past, and that is, the near future is like this pride, this fall from grace, because you had like too much of a sense of egotism. Like, you are the bigger person when you can learn from your mistakes with excessive pride. Pisces. You who show the way, 33. And this is lovely because it actually happens very frequently, especially in like my readings today. It was essentially every time. So the colors of the prism cards match pretty well. Okay, funny. Match pretty well with the cards of the Rumi card. Really, all of them are in here. Really beautiful. And in the Passion of the Wild Red Mother, I really only want to read this one because it came up on top, but this has been coming up for a lot of people during Leo season, and it's like passion with this fire energy here with the Knight of Wands and your outcome. Passion, like following your passion, following a passion, because sometimes that's the only way. That did come up for you as well, so it's just funny. It's like, passion again of the Wild Red Mother. So 33, you who show the way. The logical mind runs away from drowning. Pisces, the water. Lovers accept drowning in the sea as their destiny. In the sea, Pisces. The logical mind finds consolation in reaching a level of comfort in life. Lovers are focused beyond their own comfort. I have looked to you in my darkest moments, searched for you as though fumbling for the candle and matches during an unexpected and interminable blackout. I am the ship at sea, Pisces, seeking you as my guiding light. Nay, I am the sea, rising up to the horizon because I yearn to be closer to you. Then, oh, to my greatest relief, you rise like a phoenix from the ocean, casting hallowed golden light all around you. This great blazing angel of holy fire, Leo season with Pisces, beautiful. In a sweet instant, my soul rests in your presence. Sweet. My soul rests in your presence. The sea becomes calm, the darkness abates. Your light reveals truth, and through your living presence, I know my true self again. I am what you are, even when it appears. I am returning after being lost in darkness, as though I could ever be extinguished. I am divine light. I am you, a living sun. Time for this, yeah. You are being gifted through this oracle with a sign, a portent. This oracle is an omen, an issue too difficult for you to understand, no matter how hard you have been working on it, is about to be resolved. Interesting, that banging. Is about to be resolved. You have no need to hold on to it or become more worthy of that resolution. It is going to happen according to the grace of the great beloved, and your job is to allow it to happen, to simply bear witness to the resolution, even if you have no idea what is going on in the process. And that's sort of like your fear here. Sort of feeling like muddled thinking, like you don't necessarily know what the next thing is. You may find that whilst you are letting go, going back to the past to like really revisit and like see what was going on there, the resolution happens without you being aware of it until after the fact. Then apparently all of a sudden what was an issue is no longer so. If you have a situation in your midst that feels impossible to resolve, the divine has it covered. So if it's like it's hard to figure out exactly what's going on here, it's like the divine has your back. What use is it to bemoan the absence of day even on the longest night, when you know in every moment dawn is ever closer to breaking once again? Your hope then is not foolish but wise. You do have this hope and passionate energy to get to the next step, and like the divine has you covered in that. And go beyond the mind to follow your passionate energy, whatever it is that brings you passion. I don't know what that necessarily is, what that is for you. But to follow your passion is really like a very consistent read. Generally during Leo season, I'm getting it a lot today. Balancing out what is not balanced with the Libra moon as we go deeper with that Scorpio moon coming up around the corner here. And following that which brings you inspiration and that which brings you like the fire of life, the high vibe of the fire. So follow your passion. You will work through this healing energy that you're going through, that really everyone is going through, especially with this Chiron in retrograde. The readings have been very beautiful, and I'm glad that people are sort of like getting to the next step in the way that might be a little bit painful. That's kind of how growth has to happen. You have to be a little uncomfortable, and so that you can move towards what means inspired action for you. So thank you for joining, Pisces.